Never a dull moment. So I tried to shoot a video, and I might post it, but there was a dream I had last night, and after thinking about it, I think it might have some relevance. So I had a dream that I was driving, and it was kind of like small town America. It was a small community, or it seemed to be, in a sort of a residential area, and there was a dead tree that was on fire. And I knew that the fire was going to spread because the wind was blowing and it was pushing these flames, and I could just tell it was just a matter of time before something else caught on fire. Well, the tree, it was kind of ghostly, it was dead, dead wood standing, but a lot of the branches had fallen out. So it was kind of like a skeleton of a tree. So it's on fire in a residential neighborhood. I drive a little bit past that, and I get to what would be more of an industrial commercial building. And it was a very large, like a machine shop. It would have been an industrial type facility. So I get out of my truck, and I knew this fire was going to spread, and I was really just kind of looking to help in any way possible. And I go inside this machine shop, and I could tell there was flammable things, like propane tanks. Could have been like acetylene, or even fuel tanks like diesel or gas. I knew that this building was housing flammable material. So the owner of the business, he told me, hey, if you can help me get some of this stuff out of here, I'll pay you, and I'll pay you in crypto. And I knew, from what I can remember of this dream, he had like a couple of older model vehicles, kind of like a classic pickup truck, a forklift, equipment. And he was trying to get the equipment out before the fire caught the flammable stuff on fire and it got out of control. So there was a classic truck up on a jack, like up on a pedestal. And I knew I needed to get that down, get it out, and just whatever. It was like equipment. So that was basically the dream, and I was telling my friend about it. And after talking about it in this other video I was trying to shoot, it made me think, this might be worth sharing. Right now, they make jokes about how our government, the administration, monetary policy, it's like a big dumpster fire. I'll just come out and say it. The Biden administration, ever since he took office, it's like dumpster fire. Anyhow, so this fire, you see it's spreading. Our financial policies in this country, we're in trillions, $30 trillion worth of debt. That's a dumpster fire. You keep printing money, that's a dumpster fire. cut off pipelines, you shut down businesses, you tax people to where they can't operate. It's like this fire is spreading. So in the dream, the tree on fire without any branches, I knew the way the wind was blowing, it's just going to spread. Well, after I was thinking about the dream, the only thing around the tree immediately was homes. And so the banking fire can spread to the home market, which several people have prophesied that there's a bubble and there could be a housing crash, especially in small towns, well, then beyond that, I had stopped in this industrial commercial area, and I knew like these gases like propane, that these things were going to catch on fire, and that was going to destroy this whole machine shop. So I started thinking about it. I was like, man, it's a snowball effect. Whatever affects the housing market is going to affect other industrial sectors. Demand for, fuel, that's going to affect oil and gas. And so it's like this fire was going to spread. And I was trying to help this guy with damage control. And he said, hey, man, I'll pay you in crypto. I said, okay. So that's the dream. It kind of is what it is. There's a saying that if you smell smoke, there's a fire. Well, when you see there's a fire, and if you know it can't be contained, and you know the wind is blowing enough to where it's just going to keep fueling it with oxygen, and it's fanning the flames. There's all these things that are going to fan the flames. The fire's going to spread. Especially when you have accelerants like propane, natural gas, diesel, things that are flammable. When you have wind and accelerants, it's just a matter of time. You need to get your assets to safety, so to speak, before it all burns up. So take it for what it's worth. I thought it'd be worth doing a different video on that to keep it short. And I think it's a warning that what we're seeing is not going to be contained. And it's the perfect, the perfect storm. When you've got strong wind blowing a fire, it's hard to stop anyway, much less when you pour gas on it. So take it for what it's worth. God bless.